The government's given the go-ahead for the world's largest offshore wind farm to be built between Norfolk and Lincolnshire. Triton Knoll will be sited 28 miles from Wells next the sea. We currently have 5 offshore wind farms, but this one with 288 turbines will be able to generate enough electricity to power up to 850,000 homes. This from our environment reporter Richard Daniel.
It will be a wind farm to dwarf all others. Today the government announced planning consent for Triton Knoll.
The House may wish to know, Mr Speaker, that earlier today we granted planning consent to what will be the world's largest offshore wind farm off the Lincolnshire-Norfolk coast, with £3.6 billion of investment and 1,130 new jobs created.
The announcement comes hot on the heels of last week's opening of the London Array, currently the world's largest wind farm, just 5 miles off Clacton in Essex. Thousands of people in the region are now employed in the offshore wind energy business. This company in Great Yarmouth has invested £1.6 million in a new repair and maintenance depot for support boats. It has Triton Knoll in its sights.
That's great news for us, because generally, as a rule of thumb, every 10 to 20 turbines will need a boat to service it. And we've set ourselves up over the last 18 months not only to build, but to service, maintain and repair these vessels.
Heavily subsidised through levies on our electricity bills, critics argue offshore wind power is dominated by foreign companies who cream off the profits. RWE npower Renewables is the company behind Triton Knoll. It's currently building this wind farm off the North Wales coast. It says to go ahead, the government must agree a minimum electricity price so it can attract the investment needed. If that happens, tenders for the work will be issued in 2015, with contracts signed a year later. Construction could start in 2017. Triton Knoll could create hundreds of new jobs. If challenging renewable energy targets are to be met, it won't be long before it's dwarfed by an even larger project. Richard Daniel, BBC Look East.